Okay, this is gonna have to do. Hi guys, welcome back to Life of an Actress. My name is Tenesilla and this is my life as an actress. And in today's video, vlog, episode, I don't know what to call these, but I'm giving you guys 5 tips to prepare for graduate school auditions. These 5 things are the 5 things that I did when I applied to grad schools in my 3rd round and I got into Columbia University. Going into this 3rd round of auditions, I was insanely motivated, but I was also very lucky that I worked as a salesperson at both Macy's and then at Tory Burch. So I was kind of working in the luxury sales part and I was making a little extra money than I usually do. So I was able to afford what my first tip is, which is get a coach. I worked with David Ross and he is an alumni of the NYU graduate acting program, but that is not why I went to him. I went to him mostly because I Google searched MFA acting coaches in New York and he was one of the first people that came up. I'm from Boston and I was willing to make the trip to New York to work with an acting coach that was specifically for MFA graduate acting programs. There weren't many here in Boston. There's not even an MFA acting program in Boston anymore. Goodbye Harvard Art. At least for now. I don't know if they're gonna come back. But yeah, I worked with David from April 2018 to January 2019 and I saw him every other week between those months, except like I think August and July I stopped going to him like every other week, and maybe it was like twice each month. No, like once each month or something, because I was working on Displaced, the show that I was working on back then. And during that time we just ended up doing some webcam stuff. But David was really instrumental in kind of me gaining a lot of confidence and staying accountable. That was my #1 reason for getting a coach, was to have someone that can keep me accountable for constantly working on my monologue. Because when I didn't have David, I would be preparing to see David in 2 weeks. So I was always working on my pieces. David was, when I was working with him, he was $100 an hour and I worked with him 2 hours every other week. So my sessions were 2 hours because there was no way I was going to take a forward trip to New York and then stay for 1 hour and then leave. So he cost about $200 for me every 2 weeks. He helped me pick my monologues. After I would get a whole bunch for him to look at and he would just see me do all of those. So he helped me pick monologues, he helped me edit my essay, he did mock auditions with me in January, and he offered to see me when I got callback weekend, but what happened? But I decided not to. I think finances just got rough for me and I couldn't afford to see him for callback weekend prep work. And at that point I kind of got a hang of my pieces. I already knew what they were for, or what I wanted, or like what I wanted to do with them. What else? Yeah, so that's kind of the benefits of having a coach. And if you can't afford it, obviously no big deal, but if you know you're about to audition for grad schools, I would say try to save up for at least 2 months of coaching sessions. And I do recommend David Ross, but there are other coaches out there that could be cheaper. And there's other popular coaches out there that a lot of my classmates use, but I'm not giving anyone free advertising. That's not David Ross. But yeah, so do your research and find a coach that will work for you. I'll link his site below, of course. The second thing is gain confidence. Whatever that means for you. For me, it meant I had to lose weight. It meant that I had to take better care of my body. Between the months of November and January, lost about 20 to 25 pounds because my body is still currently, right now I think altogether I've lost 50 pounds since fall 2018, but my body really holds me back when it comes to being an actor. It kind of feels like a prison for me and it doesn't feel like I am free. So I did not want to go into a room with my head down or shriveled up. So I really wanted to have a lot of confidence when I entered the room, and that for me meant that I had to lose some weight. I don't know what that could mean for you. It could mean the same thing, or it could mean learning about the teachers, the professors you might be working with. It could mean reading more plays if you're not an actor. and this is something new for you. It could mean learning more about the industry. It could mean wearing a really cute outfit, because I did spend some money. I went shopping. I wanted to look and feel just as confident as I felt on the inside. Yeah, so gain a lot of confidence, guys, because sometimes people go into these rooms and they have their heads down, and you belong there and you're paying to be there, so please be confident. Do what you will with that advice. Number 3 is actually really important, and really important when it comes to interviews, if you make it that far. But my third advice is to meditate on why you want to go to grad school. You need to know why you want to spend thousands of dollars for the next 3 years to learn how to grow as an actor. Like, you need to know why, because you can't just do this to be like, I want to be famous, and you can't just say you want to go to Yale because, oh my god, Meryl Streep, I'm going there. It's not going to work like that, and they're going to see right through you. If you have a true, honest to God reason to go to these schools, you will stand out. Even when you just stand there in the initial meetings of like the heads of the program and the people who are auditioning during the day, you will stand out. I promise you. For me, so like when I first auditioned for Yale about 2 years ago, I met first year who now graduated, Amanda Tahava, and she was kind enough to call me like the day after my audition and give me some advice. And the two advice that she gave, is that right? The 2 tips she gave me were 1, leave your blood on the floor, and 2, meditate on why you want to go to grad school. At the time, I was like, meditate? Like, I want to go to grad school because I want to be a good actor, duh. But that's probably why it didn't work out for me for 2 years. But this year, while I was working with David, like I said, he helps with your essays. I rewrote, re-edited my essay like 10 times with David. First of all, I was talking too much, I was giving way too much information, I was too detailed about some things, and he just kept saying, make it simple, make it simple. And through that whole editing, re-editing, rewriting process, the more I had to make my thoughts simple and direct, the more clear I became on why I wanted to go to grad school and why I wanted to go to a specific school, because all my essays were different for all the schools. And that for me was a form of meditation, because writing my essay was really important to me. I really wanted them to know how I viewed my artistry, and my artistry is very spiritual for me. So yeah, that was really important to me, and I came to realize that I didn't want to go to grad school because I wanted to be an actor. I really truly deep down already knew that I could be an actor and that I could work as an actor. What I really wanted to go to grad school for was to be an artist, and to release my fear of being in scenes that would ask too much of me. So yes, meditate on why you want to go to grad school. Okay, my 4th tip is, this is also important. They are all important. Choose 4, not 1, not 2 of 4, not 3 of 4. That's what I did. I chose 3 of 4. Choose 4 of 4 monologues that you love. You have to love performing these pieces, all 4 of them, both classical and both contemporary pieces. You need to love to the core and have fun with. I'm telling you, it changes the whole process of grad school auditions. It changes your need to get into grad schools to your need to just like want to perform for these people, because you're doing such a great piece. I chose 3 of 4 monologues. I had 3 of 4 monologues that I just completely loved. And I remember I auditioned at NYU, and they were the only school that asked me to do that 4th piece that I hated. Oh wait, no, Brown asked me to, that I hated a lot. I don't even remember which one it was, but it was from Julius Caesar. And I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna get it. Like, and you don't want to be that person that has a liable monologue, okay? I hope I used that word right. But yes, guys, please choose 4 monologues that you enjoy and have fun doing. All 4 you need to love, 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 love. On top of that, this could be a separate video, but like I won't make make it a separate video. But when you choose monologues, make sure they're active. Make sure that you are doing something to someone and not like telling a story and going all eternal. Make sure they are all pieces that you could play at the current moment. And there is nothing wrong with doing a piece that you live and breathe and you could do in your sleep, that you've been doing since you were 5 years old. No one says to choose to do Hamlet just because like you want to be different and stand out. I promise you, unless you love to be or not to be, and it's one of your favorite monologues, do not do it to be different. Do not do it to stand out. Please do not try to stand out. Which leads me to my final tip, number 5. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. No matter how cliche it sounds. Do not go into these rooms trying to be the person that you think will get into these grad schools. Do not go into these rooms trying to be someone that you think gets into these grad schools. I could get so emotional about this because that was me for 2 years. I went into these rooms and I never felt like I was good enough for them. I always felt like I had to present myself a certain way because I knew the people that were getting into these programs and I felt like I had to be like those people. Columbia was the only school that I did not feel like that. And I knew the moment after like I knew I was gonna get in, not because I was like, oh my god, so confident, but because of the experience I had when I was there. I felt so at home. I felt so much like myself that that was just like, I had to be there. Yeah, these schools are not the end all be all. These schools did not make the stars that came out. They gave them a lot of tools, but these people were talented and they were hardworking and they were willing to put in the work. Do not go to these schools just thinking if you could be a certain person, you'll go there and then you'll be a famous actor. Really go to programs that you feel can give you what you need as an actor. I don't know, guys. Just know what you want and know what schools can give that to you and what schools can't. And don't just apply to schools because they're the top. They are the top programs. What I do, if you have like a little leeway in your account, in your bank account, I will say apply to schools that you don't want to go to, but you need like practice auditions before you apply to the school you really want to go to. I did have like 2 of those, so I would recommend that, just to have like an actual like audition process. But yeah, guys, those are my 5 tips. Get an acting coach, get confident if you're not confident, meditate on why you want to go to grad school, love all 4 of your monologues. 5, be yourself. That's all I got for now. I think that should answer some of the questions I got in that YouTube video. Yeah, and now I'm gonna make another video.